fans of the really dark guitars. Whereas this Genesis collection Ibanez RG, I think 565AG, for $1,000, made in Japan, can be seen as the old guard of classic Ibanez with edge trem and green dots in the fingerboard and all that stuff. I think this Prestige model could be called the new guard of Ibanez RGs. This is what an Ibanez RG used to be like. This is what we fell in love with. And now this is what they have turned into to appease the modern connoisseur, given the fact that it's loaded with Fishman Fluence. So this is pretty much what a modern RG looks like. Made in Japan, Prestige, comes in a beautiful hardshell case, delivered with one of those multi-tools that are just used to open these things to tune it. It's called the RG5170B, which probably stands for black, but then dash BK for black, because it's a fucking black that they had to say twice. Now, it's a little bit funny, because it's high gloss ultra blackness. I mean, it's so freaking black that it couldn't be more black. Nigel Tufnell would say, I mean, how much more black could it be? And he would say, none. None more black. He would just say it in a British accent, which I'm not capable of doing.
Like, how much more black could this be? And the answer is none. None
is that good?
More black.
Is that you'd like ration?
But then you look at it, what is this? Ah, plastic that Leslie failed to remove. Aha! There was some remaining. You look at it and it's all freaking black. It even has almost black stripes of Wenge in the beautiful maple neck. So it couldn't be more black, but what you don't see, and what you will probably never see, looking at the guitar from the front, is that it has a binding. Which is so stupid. And why in the world would you pay for that? Why in the world would Ibanez do that? Because where's the binding? Where's the binding? Even from the side, in the fretboard, it's bound with the same kind of binding, and you see it in one single spot. Look here. Can you see that? Can you see that one little spot there? Let's go into the magnification camera. There's this one spot, I don't even know if you can see it, where you see a little bit of tortoise shell, because that's what you see from the side of the guitar. I don't know where you would see that. Can you see? There's some tortoise shell binding. Yeah, I can see it right there. See, it's almost even impossible to photograph the tortoise shellness. There you can see it. So the only person that will literally see this is the guitar player himself, if the lighting conditions are right and she looks in the correct spot. Problem is, you're paying for that. So that was my why the fuck is that there rant. Now we're gonna go through specs. As I said, Ibanez Prestige made in Japan, €2,100, Super Wizard HP neck. High performance, I guess. It's bolt-on 5-piece Wenge in maple, set in polyurethane 17 and 19 millimeters respectively, which gives it exactly the same neck dimensions as the Genesis. It's classic Ibanez RG. It's a bound Makassar ebony fretboard with 430 millimeter radius. Jumbo stainless steel. So those are jumbos, those are jumbo stainless steel. As I said, it's what the RG is now. It's the modern version of that. Nowadays, people want stainless. Prestige fret edge treatment, yes, but this has been in Poland on a pallet for 3 weeks in the cold, and I gotta say, it's a little bit sharp. Tiny bit, but in a way you're touching like, ooh. On the other hand, full disclosure, A, Ibanez is paying me for this video, but B, full disclosure, I have Music Man guitars in my studio, and if I now take them off the wall, with it being cold outside and dry inside, all the frets are poking out on the Music Mans as well. It's something that has befallen not just the Ibanez guitars. So this isn't necessarily a, oh my god, this guitar sucks thing. It's that's just the conditions in my studio. It could be. Offset mother of pearl dots. Yeah, but very, very subtle mother of pearl. We could also say white plastic. They have a little bit of shine, but they're not like, ooh, pretty. Should be abalone. Then they look cool. Basswood body, satin polyester something. This is an edge trim, and here we have the low pro edge, and I love the low pro edge because you know what? It's lower. It doesn't stick out that much, and it's weird because back in the day, all the Satrianis and Gems, the Vice, had the low pro edge, and now they seem to come with the edge again, which just sticks out in the back. So the difference is, do you see those things that screw in the strings right here? The little screws that hold the strings. They're in this block, and it's being tuned in the back here. But this, by an extra piece, a rod that's at the bottom. Now on this, the thing that fixes the screws sticks out in the back. And then the fine tuners push on those. And that's why it's quite a bit higher, as you can see. And that's why I love the design of the low pro edge, because it gives you the same ability to do everything you want to do, but it's absolutely, we show this again, flat. It's really low. So I love this design. I don't know why some signature artists decided to go away from it. For me, that's the way the trim has to be. Go-to machine heads in gold. So yeah, everything on this thing is freaking gold. Gold, 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 gold. And then black knobs, okay. Very beautifully, this truss rod cover, which by the way, I think should be the plastic thing that you push to the side. I know that this aluminum, whatever it is kind of neater, but those plastic things that you push to the side on the lower priced Ibanez is better. But it even has a little bit of a shiny trim to it, if we can see that. Yeah. See? That's kind of neat. But I still would like that plastic thing that you push to the side to get to the truss rod. Much easier to do adjustments. So it comes with a Fishman Fluence Alnico humbucker, a Fishman Fluence single width ceramic in the middle, and a Fishman modern ceramic. So modern single width ceramic. So that's Alnico, ceramic and ceramic. 5-way switch. And then there's a Fishman voicing switch. Let's bitch about that voicing switch. Comes with 9s, by the way. Of course, and a hardshell case, and I said all that. So the switch is, again, the thing that I bitched about on the 5000 series Prestiges. And then last year, and then at NAMM, they remedied that. So these washers they have under these, under the switch, it's meant for some kind of machine. And in the machine, under the washer, there's a hole. And you put that in there, you turn it around, and that little nipple on the washer goes into the hole so that it doesn't turn. There is no hole on this guitar, therefore they're putting that nipple outside instead of inside. So this way instead of this way, and that means it sticks out. And I know it's a tiny little detail, but why the fuck wouldn't you just get a different washer? They're using the washer that comes with the switch. Just get a different washer, and I'm going to show you right here. Right there. That little nipple is literally not meant for guitars. That switch isn't meant for guitars, and that's fine. But buy a bag of 1,000 washers for $1.50 in black and use them instead of the supplied one with the switch, which Ibanez did for the NAMM show last year. Then they went to make these for 2021 and forgot everything Henning and other people said and used the same thing again. Why would you do that? You learned your lesson, we bitched about it, you made it better. Ibanez, way to go. And then you make the same mistake again. So I bitch about it again, then you hate me, even though you pay me, and then you have to remedy it again. I'm going to tell you, Ibanez, I'm making it my mission in life now to look at pictures of these guitars at Thomann, Sweetwater, and everywhere. And if I see the nipple, I'm going to make a nipple video. I'm going to make a Ibanez fucking nipple video. So, If these guitars end up in stores with a nipple on the washer, I'm making a big Ibanez nipple expose. Ibanez shows their nipples everywhere. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, rant over. I love you guys. So, modern guitar, blah, blah, blah. Ibanez Fishman Fluence. Let's look at all the different pickup positions. Things illustrated thanks to my buddy Jason McNamara's pickup generator in the corner there. He did a lot of work for me, and I'm beta testing his beautiful software, which runs in Final Cut. So if you're a content creator, go and contact Jason McNamara and buy some guitar pickup generator plugins from him. It's super easy to use. So I don't know what's happening here with the positions. I literally couldn't remember if I did know, but Jason helps me to put it on the screen for you. And here we go. We're going into, let's do the Fender Deluxe. No, let's do the Rev 740 on the clean channel. I assume in the back here on that nippled washer click switch, we have the humbucker. And obviously the guitar, by the way, needs a battery because it's active. So you can see it's driving a little bit, and it's got high fidelity, it's got high-endness, it's got clarity. That is the Fishman sound. Is it a typical humbucker sound? No, you're never gonna use this for your typical Strats and Paulas and Tellys and whatever. Fishmans sound like Fishmans, but they have immense clarity, which makes this a very modern sounding guitar, almost hi-fi like. Okay. I love this. It's the typical Ibanez in between, but it doesn't go down in volume. Well done, Fishman. Much more usable than when it goes down. And the middle. And again, levels are equal. One more position down. Very clear. We're going to see, of course, how that sounds with distortion in a bit. Now we're going to go flip our nipple over here and have voicing 2 on all 5 positions. Let's compare. A little bit less fat, a little bit less wide. Beautiful. Very similar. Middle. I don't know the difference. If there is a difference, I don't hear it. So the graphics probably show you what's happening. I'm thinking that the voicing 2 applies more to the humbuckers. Let's see. Definitely big difference on the humbuckers. On the other positions, I don't hear it. So I'm gonna say this is a 7-position guitar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then voicing 2 on the 2 humbuckers gives you 7. We'll do leads in the front first. Voicing 1 with some delay from the D1 Mako and some drive here from that thing from JHS. I don't know how it goes. Something like that. It's got immense clarity, of course, because of those modern pickups. It just cuts through everything. It's clear that it's hi-fi like, but it's beautiful. That position gets more bitey. Is it great for leads? Yes. Can I see this in a cover band? Hell no, I can't. Because in a cover band, you kind of have to nail a lot of the traditional sounds. You have to get the tele sound, you have to get the strat sound, you have to get the thick Les Paul sound. And all of these sound very hi-fi-esque. They have that beautiful high top end. And can you get the sounds? Can you get sounds? Yes. Can you get very authentic classic guitar sounds? I don't think you can. Everything here will be very defined, which means this is, of course, an amazing guitar for going into a more modern amp. But before we, though, go into a very classic amp, the Achilles Argos is a JTM, meaning it's very compressed and classic Marshall-y. It's a very boutique, non-master volume, even though it's got a master volume. But it's a kind of, you know what I mean. Let's see how that amp handles Fluence. No, that was good. It does not like the activeness. It really doesn't like active pickups. Okay, no, that sounds horrible. Okay, careful with... You have to know what amp you're going into. What are the chances that you're going to pump this into a super classic bluesbreaker type amp? Slim. What are the chances that you're going to pump that into something like the Engel Fireball 25? Rather good. You can still hear all the notes. Those Fluence are compromising. They will give you that hi-fi sound, which isn't always desired, but when you need it for sounds like this, it's pretty damn awesome because everything is there. Look at all those notes. A7 flat 13 with that minor second there, still all there. It's fun. It nails clarity and modernity, as one would say nowhere. Going into the Rev 100P now, which is very, very clear by itself, so that combination should be the most modern guitar sound you can possibly get. C sharp, not C. Let's do that again. That chugger is ridiculous. If I could only chugger. Okay, that in the rev work. Let's go into the Driftwood Darkest Nightmare right over there, which is pretty dark. And come on, this guitar black with a little bit of red trim on it. That amp black with a little bit of red, beautiful wooden trim on it. Wouldn't that be an amazing combination? I'm just making noise now, but it's fun! Okay, I have to stop because I'm having too much fun. Is it still in tune? Impressive! Ho ho! Not all the way, but I mean, I was pretty brutal here. So, what do I have to say about the RG5170B BK? It's not my color. It's way too black. You see every single piece of crap on there. What's with the frickin' nipple Ibanez? I'm gonna start a petition. Hashtag no nipple Ibanez. Playability, hell yeah. Sounds, if you do not need the classicality, if you don't need Strat, Tally, or Les Paul, or any kind of those traditional sounds, if modern sounds are your bag of tea chips, it's all there. You can see with the high gain, it has its clear advantages. With the clean, it's got this high fineness, which if that's fine for you, then oh my God, are you getting yourself a high-end guitar with the 5-piece and all the gold on it, but the low pro edge, including the switch and the nipple for different sounds, which in high gain also come through as a little bit of a brightness addition. It's a great instrument, 2100, including the case, all that. I have little to bitch about. I wish it was, I don't know, not 2100, but 1999. Just get rid of the binding. Binding is expensive to make. You know, CNC, putting it in. And I mean, this is a lot of work And nobody can freaking see it. Make it white, make it different color. I'm not a fan of black guitars, and well, everything about this thing is freaking black. So, okay. But tonality, and it is just, you want the modern version of a classic Ibanez with the modern clarity of the Fishmans. It's here. How much those in-betweens help you? Well, do you really need the single coil in the middle? That's a good question. I'm going to say, if you're going for the cleans and you want the Ibanez in-betweens, which rhymes, then this gets you those without the volume drop. So you get all those classic Ibanez sounds with even more clarity without the volume drop. So I'm saying yay for the HSS on that. HSH combination, but primarily for the cleans. For the high gainy stuff, you wouldn't go in those positions. And would you play standard bluesy low gain, mid gain things? I don't think you would, because it's too hi-fi for that. You could see how it works with the Achilles. It just didn't. So I don't quite know what's it for in terms of the single coil, but you heard, if you think those sounds are for you, you're buying yourself a great instrument. If black's your color, that's the one. Thank you, Ibanez, for commissioning this video. I know they paid for it, but that doesn't mean anything unless you think it does, and then please don't watch my channel. Thank you, Leslie, for switching this. Links below. It helps if you use them. It also helps if you subscribe on Instagram. And of course, if you hit the subscribe button here and all that stuff. I love you guys. Thank you for doing everything you do for me. That makes me be able to continue to do what I do for you. And then, you know, one hand, the other, and we shake it. And also animals at the end.
Memories of a red light, sleepless nightmares, shapeless.